Attorney Josh Denbeaux, consumer protection attorney. Why is there so much nonsense on the internet about foreclosures, about mortgages, about modifications? The answer is because it's complicated. That's the overall answer. Here's the second answer, and the second answer is worse. Second answer is because it's complicated, fraudsters can sell by reaching your emotional trigger points, by giving you simple answers and saying, look, if you give me $10,000, I can do this and you will absolutely keep your house. Those are the two reasons why there's nonsense on the internet regarding foreclosures. I want to get rid of the nonsense, at least on this video, and for anybody who is watching my videos and following this, and I hope you all are, and I hope you share it, because I'm going to be giving information that people need to know to protect themselves, not just from banks, but from predators. Also from predatory banks, but we'll get to that later. Look, let's start at the very basic, and I'm going to stay simple in the 30,000-foot analysis on foreclosures throughout the country. There are two different theories as to real property ownership in the United States. There are two different mechanisms for foreclosure or for banks to enforce mortgages against homeowners. So again, very basic, but just so everybody understands, so we can move forward together on this analysis. The two theories on real property ownership are called fee theory and lien theory. Now, in the lien theory, when a mortgage is taken out, is given by the bank and taken by the homeowner owns the property and the bank has a lien, a mortgage. All right, fine. That means when they commence their foreclosure action, the homeowner owns the property. In the fee theory state, the bank owns the house and the homeowner has a right to stay so long as they're current on the mortgage. Two different, very, very different approaches to real property. And in the United States, the state's rights control how home ownership is determined by home ownership is determined under state law. So then there's the question as to how are banks permitted to proceed on their mortgage against a homeowner who hasn't paid? And there's two different ways to do that. There are judicial states and non-judicial states. So judicial state, in order for a bank to proceed against the consumer homeowner, they have to file a complaint in the appropriate court, win that litigation, and then take the property to sale. In the non-judicial states, there is no lawsuit required. It's done more by a filing in the clerk's office, and then that's the foreclosure. There are a bunch of different processes in every state that are different, and I'm not going to break any of them down, that are supposed to provide some protections for consumers. So, you can be in a lien theory state, or you can be in a fee theory state. You can be in a judicial state, a non-judicial foreclosure state. New Jersey, where I practice, is a lien theory judicial state. That means the consumers own their house and the bank has to file suit against the consumer and win to take the property. Vermont, which I know fairly well, is a fee theory state. I believe it's also a judicial state, but I'm not 100% positive. The point is there are a multitude of different ways that banks have to process. So if you come across a website that says, I've got the answer, and it's not related to a single state, but to 50 states, they're lying, flat out lying, and they're trying to sell you something. I am in New Jersey. I am a New Jersey attorney who knows what he's doing, understands the law of foreclosure in New Jersey, understands how the processes work around the country. I have access to attorneys who understand each of the respective states in almost every state. If you have a question, if you got a concern, ask. I'll see what I can do to answer your question and help you out. All right? Watch this space. There's more to come.